Yeah, yeah. Hey man, I like that shit right there, man. And this shit come from a long time ago, man. We're bringing this shit brand new, something new, you know what I'm saying? Buffalo soldiers, Tuskegee airmen, 54th Regiment, brave and daring. Panthers, rebel slaves on slave ships on one-way trips. Buffalo soldiers, Tuskegee airmen, 54th Regiment, brave and daring. Panthers, rebel slaves on slave ships on one-way trips. Hey, beautiful black queens, a gift from nature. They love a nigga cause that's their nature. Let a man be a man and give him what he need, and I'll assure you he'll never leave. I deliver rhymes like pollen from bees. Don't take my picture, Facebook it please. I'm a forest child cause I like the trees. I like how it help a nigga to breathe. I'm good on the grill and I'll hook up a picture. We make way more songs but ain't no richer. Ain't no Sunset Strip like Richard, but I still stay off the Richter scale of 1 to 10. About a dub is where I'm coming in. I got them rhymes, breath control, and metaphors. I keep that scar on your face, I'm hardcore. Buffalo soldiers, Tuskegee airmen, 54th Regiment, brave and daring. Panthers, rebel slaves on slave ships on one-way trips. Buffalo soldiers, Tuskegee airmen, 54th Regiment, brave and daring. Panthers, rebel slaves on slave ships on one-way trips. Oh, what's up, party people? Yeah. Just hit me. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today on a Tuesday night, man? I love it. Seriously. Let's see something, man. How's everybody? Thanks for joining Mike Robertson Boulevard. Let me give myself a little hand clap right there. You know what I'm saying? I deserve it. Maybe even a gunshot, man, or two. You know what I mean? Pow. I'm not with the violence, though. Honestly. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Woo, man. Let me play a beat. I got to fix my brewski up, though, right quick. Bam. Let's do it. Here's my bottle opener. Damn. You know what I didn't do? I didn't play my anthem. What is wrong with me? I did not play my anthem. Let's get to it.
I like my green with crystals like Folgers, picking up momentum, rolling like boulders. They call me ice, but I'm really much colder. My rhymes is heavy like the weight on my shoulders. I'm spitting that red hot smoldering lava. I fight to the end like the Navajo. Crack a bottle though, make it the goose with cranberry and triple sec. Triple my check, I feel the ripple effect of a
Fool on the loose.
I hit you from every
Angle.
from obtuse to right.
Street shit like JJ.
I'm dynamite.
Slide me some dough, I'll show you an execution in the flesh.
And promise not to leave nothing left. If you vomit, I keep stabbing, shooting, damaging, looting, till it ain't no disputing who the greatest is.
That's how you do an introduction. Thanks for joining Mike Robertson Boulevard Party people. I got a great show for you today. Had a lot of fun putting this show together. And we're just going to talk about some things that are happening in the world. Things that I find stupid, funny, worth even talking to. That's not really worth talking about. But, I mean, it is really. But, I don't know. You will see. I got my man Dwann Brown coming on to talk about this classic versus battle. Man, that was classic. The Isley brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire. If you haven't seen it, you can go to YouTube and search and find the whole thing. Man, that was great music, man. So we're going to talk about that. And I got some things on my mind, man. Some things on my mind. Now, first things first, man. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share. Go to YouTube. And at least just click the subscribe button. Subscribe. Even if you're not even a YouTube person, whatever, it's free. You just can go and click Mike Rob Boulevard page and hit subscribe. That's how the more people who are subscribing, the more times that my information gets boosted up, higher up. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys know how it works. Sometimes you might not just feel like it or whatever, but please, if you listen, especially y'all that listen every single week, when you get there to YouTube and see my subscribers, you're going to know why I'm saying these things because, damn, it's a sad situation. Y'all check out all Dwann Brown shows too, man. That brother getting busy, man. He's doing Hotepish. He got Incense and Ashtrays, a new show he dropped just to talk about good music and stuff, man. So follow that good brother. Follow King Mike Boogie on all my stuff, Instagram, Twitter, Cash App. What else is King Mike Boogie? Those are my main things. Oh, I guess it says it on the screen right there. All right, man. We're going to talk about some dopeness, and I can't even go into any show without talking about dopeness, of course, because I'm dope. So that's just how it comes out. Just pours out, bro. I mean, like, shit, I be trying. I don't know. I don't be trying. I don't be trying not to either. So, drinking a little brewski. First thing we're going to talk about today, party people. This day. Released back in 1988, maybe not this day, but yesterday, 1988, the throwback, such greatness that's impacted my life so much is, let's talk about this. It is the release of the Sade Stronger Than Pride album. Man, that released in 1988, man, and it just picked up where the other ones left off, man. Sade is so hot. Look at that, man. Just look at her. I went to the Sade show at the Staples Center. Oh, man, it was so hot. And my opinion of the whole thing is that she was singing to me the whole time. She saw me sitting way up there. Well, I wasn't in 300s, but I was in 200. No, I was in 100s. I was at the top of 100s, man. I had a pretty cool seat. Nobody was sitting in front of me. And, man,
Talking about somebody's voice sounding good in person. Jezebel. Don't let me do that to you, man. Let's look at some lyrics because, see, man, Sade is one of the best writers, period. And her lyrics are so simple, but they mean so much. And this album was more like, I think, a rebounding from love type album or something. I don't know, man, but it fit perfectly in my life. I tell you that. And the music is so darn good. I'm not going to play the music, though, because they'd be preventing me from sharing and shit. All right. Let's look at some lyrics, man. Some Sade lyrics. How about that? Oh, ho, 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 people. Where are you at with it? Here, let me move that out the way. I won't pretend. Now, this is from the title track. This is from Stronger Than Pride. She said, I won't pretend that I intend to stop living. You know how people, when you break up with somebody or they leave you or something, and you go, I won't be able to live anymore. Well, she's saying, I won't pretend that I intend to stop living. I won't pretend that I'm good at forgiving. Hey, man, you might need some forgiveness up in this scene, but I might not be that good at it. You can't just assume because I'm a cool person and everything that I'm good at forgiving. I won't pretend I'm good at forgiving, but I can't hate you. Although I have tried. You ever tried to hate somebody, but you couldn't do it? Man, these lines are packed. You could write a whole thesis on hating someone, wanting to hate someone, but you can't really do it. You have tried. And they got too much good in them. There's too much love, too much good in them for you to even think about the fact that possibly you could hate that person. Man, this lyrics is deep. Then she says, I still really, really love you. Ooh, I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. Now, what does that mean? Now, your pride is pretty strong because you'll let your pride get in the way of all types of things, man, that it really shouldn't get in the way of. But people allow this, man, in their lives to let their pride get in the way. So what she's saying is, love is stronger than pride. So all this thing about I'm right and you're wrong and I'm going to do it this way. And if you don't appreciate me and all that old bullshit. All that old bullshit, man, means nothing, man, because love is stronger. I really, really love you. Oh, now here we go. Sitting here, wasting my time would be like waiting for the sun to rise. Damn, sitting here wasting my time would be like waiting for the sun to rise. Like, damn, that's pretty strong. Like, you ain't got to wait on that sun to rise because it's coming. So what does that mean? She's sitting there wasting her time and that's coming? I don't know. I don't know, man. That little part right there, I probably could write a thesis on that. So anyway, it's all too clear. Things come and go. Sitting here, wasting my time. Man, she is so tight and so beautiful. And you should see her at this age. Damn, I don't know why I didn't pull a current picture. Because she is a bad mama jamma. I don't know. And then for all you enthusiasts and aficionados and those that like a little bit of trivia, I will have you know that Sade is the name of the group that just so happens to be named after the main singer. So when you see Sade, it's not Sade the person, it's the group. All them dudes, that's the same dudes, they are the group. It just happened to be named after her. She's so damn special. You had to just be like, let's just name it Sade. Hilarious. Now I got to get something else for my lab so I can put my beers on. Oh, that's pretty good right there. Nah, that didn't do. Mm-mm. Note to self. All right. What else is coming up? Oh, man. I wanted to talk about this situation because when I get a chance to profile people that's bucking the system, sticking together, looking for the better common good of people, man, I like to showcase it, man. I like to inspire people, man, because at the end of the day, party people, the people control everything, man. It's not laws, it's not the government, it's everything. It's the people, man. Now, so supposedly at DoorDash, people are giving an uproar and a revolt to DoorDash because, man, they be like giving them these little tiny little fees or stipends that they get paid for delivering stuff to your house. And it can be as low as $3, man. Are you serious? So I'm going to go to your restaurant, pick up the food, and drive it all the way to your house for $3. Man, the gas costs more than that. Why would I do that, man? It's so ridiculous. $3 minimums. And then you're hoping the person give you a tip, but they don't have to. So the company got to step up, man. $3. Literally, if you work at a restaurant, if you work at a restaurant and you carry the food from the kitchen to the table, it's about like 30 steps. You make more than these damn DoorDash drivers, man. What? How could you? $3 to go from the kitchen to the table because you know they're going to tip you. They're going to do 10, 15, 20%. You're going to get paid. These DoorDash people, man, they're not getting it like that. Some people think that since they paid in the app that they don't have to tip and all this type of stuff. Like literally, man, I just drove from Hollywood to Santa Monica to give you this pizza, man, for $3. So the guys are fighting back, man. I got a little video. I'm really proud of them, man. Check this out. Check this out.
Every week. Well, the goals are to get drivers to stop taking lowball offers as a whole. Therefore, you kind of set a baseline. The idea is the algorithm will recognize that drivers aren't moving for anything less than 8.
Because it only takes a small percentage of drivers in a zone declining lowball offers in order to make a difference.
$3 is laughable. $3 is just, in this day and age, in this economy, you know, you can't even get a gallon of gas for $3. So why would you do a delivery for $3?
The fair rate would be an $8 base pay, plus the entire tip up front, because we have the...
Man, I love that, man. He came up with what he wanted, man. The fair pay would be $8. Can you consider how much gas it costs to drive through the city and you just got paid $3? So you literally got to go get it from the restaurant, pick it up, take it to the people. Damn, that sounds like $3 worth of gas right there. At least 2. All right, come on, 150, 2. Shoot, gas almost $4 a gallon out here, man. So how can you do it? So what they're saying is basically they tricked the algorithm. So if you're doing DoorDash or Postmates or any of these things, basically if nobody is accepting jobs, then what the algorithm does is it pushes up the amount of money that you can get paid. So it'll ping you and be like, oh, ding, 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 $4. Oh, $7. Oh, $8. Double time. They do all these types of things to get people to move. So if nobody moves and nobody accepts the jobs, then it just starts raking up the pay and everybody getting paid. That's pretty damn good, man. Just called juking the system. Juking the staff's an advantage for the people, man. Robin Hood that. What you gonna do about it? What can you do? How you gonna pay somebody $3, man? Please. And look, pass it on to the person that's ordering it. If you feeling some kind of way, man, they price gotta go up some. You wanna charge somebody $1.99 to deliver their food, and they live across town, and then you want to pay a dude $3? No. Absolutely not. Party people. I'm really proud of them dudes, man. Keep that work coming in, DoorDash. Now, oh gosh. This next thing I want to talk to you about, man, kind of breaks my heart, man. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart, man. Breaks my heart. Get them Sade lyrics off of there, man. Oh. Man. My man, rapper DMX. Currently on life support, man. Doing drugs. Not sleeping. Probably drinking. Lots of things, man. So basically, man, what it looks like is he had a heart attack from an overdose. And basically, man, he's like in a vegetable state, man, they're saying, man. And like non-responsive. And a few days ago, they tried to make it like, he came out of that state. But then they said, nah, man, they didn't, man. Oh, God, man, not my man DMX. The DMX has lived, I guess I would call it a troubled life. He seems to have a lot of demons, and he's really willing to share and be open with people as it relates to these demons, which is why people feel him so much, man, because he lets people into their heart, man, and he takes away your pains. Because when you look at somebody like him and say, hey, if he's going through that, then what I'm going through, man, it ain't nothing, man. That's how I look at it, man. And DMX does that for people, man. He tells the truth. He keeps it real. Gives it raw, dirty, and he's got a dope voice, and his lyrics are fire. Cold-blooded, man. DMX, man. Now, DMX set a record back in 1988. For the people who don't know, he was the first artist. He was the first artist ever to have 2 platinum albums in the same year. 2 multi-platinum albums in the same year. He did that, man. He released It's Dark and Hell is Hot, which is this album right here, man, which had Get At Me Dog and some fire on there. Man, that album, man, shut clubs down. People want to act like, hey, man, who's DMX? No, man. DMX, man, was rocking parties. His songs rock parties, period, bro. Period. That's all you could say. His songs rock parties. Man. Then he came later in that year. That shows other album cover, man. Later, in that same year, he dropped this. Ooh, that was a nasty album cover right there, man. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Dripping in blood. Whew, that was deep. Damn. Hate to see my man go through what he's going through, man. If anybody could pull out of it, man, it's DMX, man. And I want to give it up to them New Yorkers, too, man, because they out there, man, outside of the hospital, man, doing all the Rough Riders, 4-wheeling and 3-wheeling and motorcycles and chanting, playing music and everything, man, trying to breathe life into the sky. If someone's going to come out of this, man, it's him. Damn. Let's read some lyrics, man. In case you don't know, man. I'm a fan of DMX, man. For real. A lot better than a lot of these lame rappers we got right now. What does he say? He says, I'm ready for the world, or at least I thought I was. Bagging niggas when I caught a buzz for thinking about how short I was. Going too fast, it wouldn't last. But yo, I couldn't tell. Group homes and institutions prepare us for jail. They put me in a situation forcing me to be a man when I was just learning to stand without a helping hand. Cold. Damn. Was it my fault? Something I did to make a father leave his first kid at 7 doing my first bid. Back on the scene at 14 with a scheme to get more cream than I'd ever seen in a dream. And by all means, damn, that was a dope little scheme. He said, back on the scene at 14 with a scheme to get more cream than I thought I'd ever seen in a dream. And by all means, I will be living high off the hog. And I never gave a fuck about much but my dog. And that's my only motherfucker. I head off with my last. Just another little nigga headed nowhere fast. Oh. Dopeness, man. That was from Slippin'. Hope my man really rebounds, bro. You know what I mean? I really do. Hope you do all right, man. DMX, I will be sending some prayers out to you, man, because it's a cold game, man. Cold game. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a drink to that, man. I would puff on some herb, but this may be messing my throat up, man. I can't even talk. You see I'm going over here going like this. All that stuff. That's what it is, I think. All right, man. Next item we're going to talk about, man, is this versus battle, man. It just came out. It was just the other day on Sunday. Versus battle between the Isley brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. What you know about that? All these other verses, they've been dope. You know they just did the Ghostface and the Raekwon, which had catapulted into my favorite. Before that, it was the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott that was my favorite. Then the Ghostface Raekwon catapulted into my favorite right there. And now, people... Oh, let me give an honorable mention to Gucci Mane because he was a bad mother champ. Honorable mention. But back to this, man. Earth, Wind, and Fire. The Isley brothers. So much lovely music. I couldn't do this alone. I had to invite my homie, my good friend, Mr. Dwann Brown, into this show so that we could talk about this party people. Don't even play with it.
Yeah.
All right, party people, coming to the show, my main man. You guys already know him. He goes by Dwann B. He goes by Hotepish. He goes by all types of cool shit. Let's give it up for my main man, coming to the show, Dwann B. What up,
Mike?
What up?
And also on the music tip, Incense and Ashtrays. Go ahead, look it up on Spotify now, people.
Incense and Ashtrays, man. I saw your logo. That shit is hot, man.
Yeah. That's what we get. When you see Incense and Ashtrays, we talking music. Hotepish is when we talking the politics and the news. You feel me?
Okay. You're doing it like that. I like it, man, because incense and ashtrays just gives me a feel. You know what I mean? That's like a feeling right off bat. Like I don't even have to know what kind of music it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So that shit,
roll up and listen.
That shit is hot as far as I'm concerned. Roll up and listen.
Yep. Tagline: roll up and listen.
Roll up and listen. Well, that seems like that's just right up my alley, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
Man, so I know a person such as yourself was listening to the versus battle yesterday between the Isley brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be listening.
It was great, man. Hell yeah, top to bottom. Saw the whole thing. Excuse me, a weak cough.
Oh man, I love it.
I saw it was great because I was able to watch it with my dad, you know? My dad turned me on and all that. Yeah, I went over my dad's house, so we watched it together.
Oh, that's hella dope, man. That's hella dope. Watching it with Pops.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you I want to know what your prediction was before the battle, okay? I want to get your understanding of before we get deep into it. I want to know what you thought ahead of time, what you were going to see, what were you going to get?
For me, my biggest thing was people weren't making because there is no competition. You know, we got 24 hours in a day. I mean, you got time to listen to both artists. You know, I might be in the Earth and the Fire mood at 1 o'clock and the Isley Brothers mood at 1:10. You know, and so it's time for both. So the good thing I saw was I didn't see a whole bunch of people ranking, and that was beautiful to see. People were, you know, enjoying the music. As far as from the artists, I pretty much got what I expected. You know what I mean? Both artists have too many songs for a versus battle. As many songs they played that I loved, they both played a lot of music that they both didn't play other songs that I really love. You know, so but I knew that. You know, you don't have enough time to play Earth and the Fire and Isley Brothers all their hits, but they did a good job picking out, you know, some of their best songs. Because for me, it's not necessarily about hits; it's about the music. Some of the best music was never a radio hit. As a matter of fact, especially like in the case of Earth, Wind, and Fire,
That's right.
a lot of that best music was on the B-sides. It wasn't even released to become a hit. It was just on the B-side of the album. But that's some of the best music you'll ever hear.
Plus, man, in this format right here, it's a battle. It ain't always about just hits. It's about your how you perform in this battle and the vibe you create, the showmanship. Your choices of order of songs, everything matters, man. It's a battle. You know what I mean? Because they're both great. There's no denying it. So I know that, man. Let me just tell you, before the battle, where I was, my all-time favorite song is "Reasons" by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Right? It's my all-time favorite song from when I was a kid, when it was out, all the way through to now. Right? And I was motherfucking 3 years old, 4 years old. I don't even remember how old I was, right? So ahead of time, I already had in my mind that Earth, Wind, and Fire was going to edge this out because I just love their music. I love all their songs. I had in my mind, but man, I tell you what, man, the Isleys just turned my whole world around as I don't even know how I got caught slipping enough to think that they wasn't going to have the heat that they had, man. So it just was like to me the ultimate battle because you just didn't know what was gonna happen, and it was just all greatness.
I feel good because I knew the words to every song that was played. Even one of the songs, Earth and the Fire, they played Magic Mind, which I was surprised they played that. But I saw Philip Bailey and Verdi, they were all looking for a sheet of paper looking for the words, and I'm over here singing every word. I knew every word of every song. I knew every chord change. I knew every break on the drums. I knew every BPM. I was teaching myself how to play the drums. Earth and Fire was the main group that I also listened to a lot of Isley Brothers and Parliament, a lot of groups from that era. So for that, every song I knew the words to, word for word. I mean, for the whole 4 hours. That's how much I love both groups. So for me, it was like, it wasn't a battle to me. It was like, okay, I'm about to hear two artists that I love for different reasons. When I'm in a more relaxed mood, sometimes I want to hear the Isley Brothers. But when it's sunny outside and I'm driving down my sunroof down, that's Earth and Fire moment.
That's Earth, Wind, and Fire moments right there.
Yeah, so fantasy and that stuff. A warm summer night, I want to hear "Can't Hide Love." You know what I mean? But sometimes if I was in the mood for a good feeling, I want to hear "Hello." It's by Isley. It's like there's no fight. It was just like, okay, yeah, I'm about to just listen to some good ass music. However long they go, they still ain't gonna play everything that I like. Cause for me, I've always been past the hits. I have both of their albums, like the Heat Is On album, the 3+3 album. So for me, I'm over here when I hear one song go off, I'm playing the next song that comes behind it on an album in my head.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I'm far past the greatest hits for both of them artists. I like their music just across the board.
Man, that's how I am, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like um it's like another thing, man, when you think about having those two artists together on the same stage at the same time is a unique thing that you don't really get. You know what I mean? Like when do you
You don't
get
get that.
one song from him, from them, one song from them, one song from them, one song from them? Because even if they were on tour, somebody would do their full set and then somebody would do their full set. But that mix like that, man, is like only happened one place one time, like right there, you know? That's
That's
like the
it.
creative shit.
Very creative, man. It was beautiful to see.
Hell yeah. And then I want to talk about the clownness of it, man, because there's always some clown shit happening, man. What the hell?
Always.
What the hell reason do we have to have Steve Harvey being the goddamn, what was he, man? A host, a commentator? What the hell was he,
A
man?
fanboy.
Liaison and shit. Oh, what'd you say, a fanboy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's how he was acting.
yeah, man. Like they not like what? They too old to like hold a microphone and be like my song next and shit. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Yeah, like I wanted to see more of the story behind the music, like the fact that Jimi Hendrix used to play for the Isley Brothers. We didn't get none of that. You know, we didn't get Maurice White. Enough about Maurice White was such a genius, and he meant so much to music outside of the songs themselves. Earth and Fire means so much to the art of performance. Like drama classes teach what Earth and Fire did. They teach Earth and Fire in acting class when it comes to their stage performance. I remember there's a play I was in years ago, and I remember one of the people them using Earth and Fire as examples on how to perform in a play, you know. And I mean, we didn't get none of that. We didn't get to talk about how they used to travel with 2 18-wheelers and they were put on magic shows, and we didn't get to talk about how the Isley Brothers were self-contained. Like the Isley Brothers were so dope, Motown wasn't good enough for them. Like they had a hit in 1966. I'm drawing a blank to the song. Was it 1966? I'm drawing a blank to the song. Damn it. But they had hits with Motown. But between the brothers and the cousins and the family, like the Isley Brothers didn't need Norman Whitfield. They didn't need Holland Dozier Holland, like some of the other groups need to pump out hits. They can write, produce, and get their own hits out, you know, without a machine behind them. Like greatness when you can pump out hits like that and you don't need the machine. Your group is a self-contained machine. We didn't get none of that, but we got a whole bunch of Steve Harvey back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
We've been hearing all that shit since Def Comedy Jam. We've been hearing that since he basically repeated his whole Kings of Comedy set for the night.
And who the question I have is who even cares, man? Who cares about that, bro? I do not care.
It's not about you,
bits.
Steve.
Yeah.
It's like this is about two legendary groups to where if we had a 12-hour versus, it probably still wouldn't be enough time to cover all their music. And you over here talking about, see, and this is another thing I didn't like. Like, the Isley Brothers, Earth and Fire are great. You don't need to shit on hip-hop to promote them.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just play their music and it stands on its own. Like me, I'm more of an Isley Brothers, Earth and Fire guy than I am a hip-hop guy. And I'm a hip-hop generation. Far more about the Earth and Fire and Parliament and the Isley Brothers than I can KRS-One or Big Daddy Kane or DMX or Jay-Z. Because that 70s soul era is my era, even though I was born in 81. That's what I taught myself how to play the drums to. That's what, when I lay my drum sample packs down, that's what I'm playing to. That's what I sell. I sell that sound on the drums. You know, that's me. But understanding that I don't need to shit on hip hop to up that.
Look, Dwann, let's stick with that for a second. Not the hate part, but the music part. One thing I noticed listening through those hits that they played yesterday, right? Because we got to hear a lot of music, even though it wasn't everything. We got to hear a lot of good music, right? So listening to those hits, man, really showed me how much they influenced everybody, man. Because it's literally like niggas done sampled all them songs 50 times, bro.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the Isley Brothers. In Between the Sheets, how many times they sample that bass line?
Come
Doom,
on.
doom, 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 doom. If you want to hit sample In Between the Sheets, that basically was the 80s, and that was a formula during the 90s. You know, and they had so much. I said the Isley, but when it came to sampling, that's why I always say I love the groups for different reasons. The Isley Brothers were more straight ahead, so their music is more apt to be sampled and remixed and remade. But talk about remade. Hell, their first hit was Shout back in 1959. How many times people remake that? I remember growing up as a kid. You see it would be Ferris Bueller, Shake It Up Baby, and Twist and Shout. That one too. I mean, how many the Beatles remade it, but it wasn't as good as the Isley Brothers version.
Let me tell you this, man. I'm a music lover. And literally, bro, I didn't even know they did it first. Now, I'm not saying as of yesterday, but I'm saying as a kid and all that stuff, man. Yeah. I didn't know they did it first. Man.
Like, how many commercials have you heard that stuff in that they did, that they play? You know, The Heat Is On. That was a Beverly Hills Cop, but it was remade.
It's like our whole life, bro. It's like our whole life, man, right there, man.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, and then think about this. The Isley Brothers have 0 Grammys. That's why I don't take that fucking award serious. How do they... Ronald Isley is the only person to have a #1 hit in 5 separate decades. The Isley Brothers have hits across genres, going back to doo-wop. They got funk hits. They got soul ballads. They got love ballads. They got 2000 hits in the 90s, hits in the 2000s. And not 1 Grammy award. That's why I don't take that sorry ass award serious. Fuck a Grammy.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got Earth and Fire. Their music was so out there, you can't really sample it that much. You can sample certain songs, maybe a bass line here, but you can't sample Fantasy. You can't remake that. You know what I mean? You can't sample or remake That's the Way of the World. Some people try to put the bass line in there, but it never feels right. It's a certain feeling to the music. You can't sample Spirit, All in All, certain things, because it was so musically rich. And when you listen to it, you will hear those strings underneath, those phoenix horns on top, Verdine White. They basically brought the sounds of ancient Kemet back to us in the 1970s. They brought the sounds of Moorish Spain to now. And it's so great, you just got to leave it alone. You know?
I do know, man. It's so great, you got to leave it alone.
So different. Like Earth and Fire, they're their own genre. You can't pin them down to any genre. They're their own. It's the Earth and Fire genre. You know? That's why I was like, man, I love them both for different reasons, but the love is equal.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing I was happy that he did is how he rocked the Contagious joint, man, because you know that's like loosely whatever associated with R. Kelly-ish kind of and whatever, and he was doing the whole personas, but it's the new shit. To me, that shit was rocking how he did it, bro.
I was glad he did Contagious too, because you got all these people trying to write off R. Kelly. Me personally, I said before my show, I was never the biggest R. Kelly fan. Like his music wasn't my energy. It's other people's music I preferred over his. But I know of public lynching when I see it. I know bullshit when I see it. I was 13 years old, and I was able to see that he was fucking around with Aaliyah. Back in 94, I was 13, and I saw it as a 13-year-old. And so I'm like, I know everybody else saw it. And if you didn't see that, they had a movie called, they literally had a song called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And they got married while she was still a minor, and no one gave a fuck. And
man, nobody gave a fuck. And it got mentioned a little bit, but that was about it.
That was it. And then
he
gets caught on video pissing on a girl. And then it releases Ignition. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck until white folks intervened and created a damn Lifetime movie. And then now all of a sudden people got an issue. Oh, cancel R. Kelly. No, cancel you. Because there's too many people out there that'll see some shit like that, turn a blind eye to it as long as they like it. Then all of a sudden, somebody ain't putting out hits anymore. It's a problem. People spend $20 bills all day with Andrew Jackson's genocidal maniac ass on there. People still watch movies with Bryan Singer, and all the boys he done allegedly molested, and Tom Hanks and Woody Allen and all these alleged pedophiles and rapists. These same voteps, they voted for Joe Biden, and you seen the way creepy Joe touches them little girls in the video. We saw them videos. Like, I don't care what you say, that nigga weird.
That's stupid,
but
man.
They turned a blind eye to all that shit and then want to become the moral authority on R. Kelly. I don't like fake shit like that. So
well, I'm with you.
I don't have
that.
to be an R. Kelly artist to see bullshit. So I was a salute to Ron Isley for not going down into the bullshit and acknowledging a man that helped R. Kelly helped extend his career. So I salute Ron Isley for having the boldness to play him.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what I said. I had the boldness to play him. I mean, I personally don't mess with R. Kelly, man. He's like a slimy ass motherfucker. And every time his songs play, I think about it. So I don't be messing with him. But
I'm with you,
that
man.
shit
like,
is
I
straight
never really
fire.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, man. He just was a weirdo ass person, bro. And then now I just
part
understand
of the reason
him.
for me, when I saw him with Aaliyah, me and Aaliyah were about the same age. I think she was like a year older than me. So when I saw him, when I'm 14, 15, and he with Aaliyah, what I'm thinking is, he's like that slimy dude. Like, you remember how it was when you were in high school? The baddest chick, the one you wanted the most. You see her little boyfriend in a fucking Mustang in his 20s.
And he like 24 and shit. Yeah.
So when I'm in middle school seeing him up with Aaliyah, I'm like, oh, he that creepy old dude that's fucking with the girls my age.
He one of them niggas, yeah.
I didn't like him then. But I'm like, everybody else did, so y'all don't get to go ahead and reverse course now.
Facts on top of
facts.
And
Step in the Name of Love, I've always fucked with that song, though. I'm always going to play that shit.
Man, that's a hard one right there, because that is at every wedding, at a minimum. It's at every wedding.
And when it comes to music, I know, like I said on my show earlier, I know a lot of stories, 80% of the stories I will never tell because it's people's private business. But if people knew the degeneracy and debauchery within the music industry, there'd only be like 7 or 8 songs that you can listen to the rest of your life. Because if the artist direct wasn't a fucking creep, the producer, the person who made the music was a creep, or the A&R person that made you even aware of the song was a fucking creep, or the label head,
or the executive producer, or all that. It's true, man. You can't do nothing, though, man. That's how I agree with you. You just can't damn near do shit, man. You just
like
you can go hunt for your own
movie
food.
Industry.
Man.
We all were around in 2016 when we saw Les Moonves and all these executives getting outed at their jobs for news and media. Think about it, we literally get our news from pedophiles. So the same people who was playing the R. Kelly story were people who were doing 10 times worse in their own personal lives. So that's why I don't get involved in it. Look, life is complicated. People is multi-layered shit. Look, I know women. Of course, I'll never name them. I know female pimps that make their women sleep in dog cages now in 2021. And so I'm not gonna sit here and act like R. Kelly the only one. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, even though I don't like it. Yes, for real. Like that, she puts women on like leashes. She's on leashes and shit, and make them like. That's like she's like a dominatrix, and she makes her undergirls like literally sleep in cages and do all kinds of crazy shit. And when it comes to that old thing, well, R. Kelly, what about all them goddamn parents? Well, let's talk about all these parents that be signing the rights to their kids over to a fucking artist. You know, I mean, the industry ain't shit. Watch that documentary called "An Open Secret." It's on you see all that pedophilia shit in every fucking movie we watch. It's a weirdo behind it.
And they be doing weirdo ass shit in the editing and stuff. You don't even know, man.
Yeah.
They be doing weirdo stuff, bro.
So I'm not gonna start my moral high ground with R. Kelly. Nah, man, I got a long way to start before I get to him.
Before you still get to him. Well, man, at the end of the day, bro, it was a great battle. There was great music played. The shit lasted for damn near 4 hours. Really almost 4 hours. Just shy of 4 hours. And
45 minutes of Steve Harvey talking. Ugh.
Man, I know, like, literally, man, if you add up all his time that he was talking, dude, you could put 40 minutes on it, bro. You could, man. Like, damn, he wasted, that's key moments for, like, how about 6 more cuts? You know what I mean? 7 more cuts. But nonetheless, it still was a dope outing, dope event. We need not have Steve Harvey anymore. And if you got to have somebody, make it like Cedric the Entertainer, man. If I was going to choose between the two, he would have... Oh, Sinbad. Yes. Sinbad, dude. You know, somebody that's got flavor, that's more humble and shit, and just want to not like want to take the spotlight away from the groups, man. That's what I mean. So, anyways, bro, I really appreciate you joining me, man, to talk about this, man, because it was such fire, man. I had to discuss it with somebody, man, and I knew you watched, and I knew you care about this music too, man.
Man, I appreciate you for even inviting me on to talk about this, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. Well, look, man, I'm looking forward to seeing some incense and ashtrays. That's for sure.
Yes.
You want to leak something, man? What can we look forward to?
If y'all go to my Instagram at Dwann B, you'll see my link tree right there, and that's where all my links to all my different shit that I have going on. On my Incense and Ashtrays, so far, I got an interview up with Bobby Rush, legendary blues guitarist. He was a creative consultant on the movie Cadillac Records, that came out because he was there for all that. He tells stories about those years in the 1950s and 60s, all the way through being a creative consultant and musician on the movie My Name is Dolomite that came out in 2019 with Eddie Murphy. So we get into all that. I got another interview with Jarvis Mosey, dope musician who played with Prince, Anderson .Paak. Name him. He got all kinds of hits. That was a dope interview. I got some other interviews coming up with some legendary background singers, people who sang background for Michael Jackson, Elton John, name them. They sang with them. I got those interviews coming up. And on my other show, my main show, Hotep Ish, Intelligent Ish Talk, that's doing good. I have my interview up with Brother Kaba Kamane from Hidden Colors. That's up, and tune into that shit. And then I got my live drum sample packs coming. All that stuff is going to be on my link tree. So if you follow me on Instagram at Dwann B, click on the profile. My link tree has a link to everything that I'm doing, along with my self-motivation guidebook that I just wrote. I have a webinar coming up for on May 2nd. Self-motivation guidebook, how to get off of your ass and do the things that you know you want to do. You know, you see I do a bunch of shit, and people are always asking me, how do you do so much and balance it? Well, I wrote a book so I can help everybody out.
Oh, just in getting off your ass, man.
I love that.
I can't wait to see that one, baby.
Yeah, it's called No Time to Waste.
That's people's main problem, and I will include myself, man, is the couch, man. You got to get off the couch, baby.
And go inside your heart, and in your heart is where you find your dreams.
Yeah. I love it, man. All right, man. Well, shit. Everybody check out my man Dwann B on all this shit. And, man, you killing the game, Dwann, man. I'm real proud of you, man. Keep shining, homie.
For sure. I appreciate it, Mike. Have a good one, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, watch Craig Facts every Tuesday and Thursday. We on that shit, cracking jokes and talking shit.
Craig Facts? Yeah, that shit is crazy too, man. All right, homie. Holla back.
All right, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Party people. That shit was dope, man. So happy to have my man Dwann B in the place to be. Let's get that stuff right. Man, I'm writing a book too myself, man. It's called Forest Child, How I Was Saved by a Village. Man, it's really real, man. I've been through a lot of stuff, man, and the fact that I made it out, man, I feel like everybody can make it out, man. You know what I mean? You just got to put your mind to it, put your thoughts to it, do all your thug thizzles, and you good, man. Shit. That's what I'm saying, man. All right, man, that was dope, man. How y'all like that, man? Dwann, man, he loves music, man, just like I do. And he actually plays instruments and, you know, plays for the church. And he's really into this, man. So I was happy to have him. All right, next thing I want to talk to y'all about. One of the popular hashtags that's happening right now is associated with movies. And so basically there's a major argument happening that says basically, is Aliens a horror movie? That's the question. Alien. Is it a horror movie or just a suspense movie? So a lot of people saying it's horror, a lot of people saying it's not. And the people that are saying it's not, I actually agree with, because the thing is this. For something to be a horror movie, it has to be able to scare you enough so that you could possibly think that maybe it could happen to you. Now, let me tell you, Aliens was damn scary. Alien and Alien with the S. I mean, you didn't know what was going to happen. It was very suspenseful and everything. But I was able to stand back and say, you know what? They are in space. They are on a spaceship, man. Going to a far, far, far away land that I know nothing about. That right there is not going to happen to me. I knew it. So I said, what is a scary movie? What is really a scary movie? So Mike Robertson, right now, on Mike Robertson Boulevard, is about to tell you my top 5 scariest movies of all time. I'm not going to be playing, man. This stuff is real. Let me tell you. Oh, let's get Miss Sade lyrics up off of there. In the top 5 position, number 5. Let's go ahead and just go with that. Number 5, man, is When a Stranger Calls. Oh, God. This came out somewhere around 78, 77. I don't know, man, but this movie right here, man, was one of the scariest things ever, because this lady right here was just babysitting 2 little kids while the parents were out to dinner, having a good old time, trying to get their love thing going on, trying to have a relationship, man, trying to add some spice to their life. And they let the little girl watch the kids, and man, and then some dude just kept calling, man. And he was saying stuff like, have you watched the children? No, not watch. He kept saying like, have you checked the children? And so she would like, go up and check the children, and they would be fine. So basically at the end of the movie, she was scared to death, and the police called back and said, we traced him. The calls are coming from inside the house. Get out of there now. Oh. One of the scariest joints ever. When a Stranger Calls. Don't sleep. That's number 5. Let's see. My number 4. My number 4 is The Exorcist. While very far-fetched, still, man, I believe this shit could happen. You could get possessed, man, and have this thing living inside you, bro. Destroy your whole life. Exorcist, man. And then when homegirl made her neck spin all the way around, did the 360, like, man, it was a wrap. But once again, I felt like it could really happen. Now, this is where it gets scarier, bro. I'm going from number 4 to number 3, man. My man, Michael Myers. It did me no good that he had the same name. It did me no good that he was my namesake. This dude right here was the slowest, fastest dude I ever seen in my life. Man, he would take a few steps and be like, oh, this nigga walk like this. First he step into the light out of the shadow and just look at you and be like, then you turn, you go, and then he be like right there, like how he advance so fast. Michael Myers was the fastest advancer I think I've ever seen in my life. And for that reason alone, because Halloween is real, and the wind be blowing on Halloween, and you don't know what anyone looks like in their costumes, man, that was real fear, man. That could happen. For real. Halloween, man. I used to be like, I'll run faster, but then he just ends up right where you was going to run to. There's no escape. There's no escape. Let's see. Excuse me. That was rude as hell, man. I just burped all in this shit, man. Sorry. Oh, my next one. Oh, God. This dude right here, Damon, the Omen. He had 666 carved into his dome piece, born that way, cursed by the beast. Now this is a movie. Man, why they do this stuff, man, in my childhood, man? We didn't need all this stuff, man, really. Now this dude, Damon the Omen, was born the devil himself. And he had 3 6s on his head. And stuff was happening around. And people was getting hurt and killed and stuff. And finally this doctor / specialist type dude was like, check the boy. Check the boy. And when they checked the boy, man, and cut his hair off, man, he had 3 6s on his dome piece. So forever, I'm starting to think, man, walking around like, man, who got them 3 6s on their dome piece? Like right now, you ever do something and you go to an address that's 666, you be like, hell no, I ain't going there. Or you get your change back and it's $6.66. Or you do the coordinates on a map and it's 666. Anything with 666 on it, run. This movie made me that scared, man. It seemed real. Like it could really happen. That's the key to this game. It's something that could really happen. Okay, let me just stop playing, man, and just go to my number one, bro. Number one movie of all time. That was the scariest of the scariest. Oh, God. I almost don't want to even put this little picture up, man. Oh, wait, before I do that, let me show them what the boy looked like. How could I do that without showing you what the Omen looked like? Oh, I don't have the Omen picture. All right, never mind. This dude is called the Trilogy of Terror. Man, if you ain't scared of this right here, this was the scariest thing ever, man. This little doll was living with this lady, and he had this chain around his neck. And the chain is what kept the evil powers intact. And when that little chain slipped off his neck, man, this fool went berserk. Crazy. Trilogy of Terror, man. You want to see some scary shit, man? And this dude, what really messed me up is one of his favorite little hiding places was beneath the bed, man. He was under the bed. So since he was, you know, under the bed and stuff, he literally could have been under my bed. Just a son of a bitch. This goddamn trilogy. Let me show you what he looked like too, man. This dude, he wasn't to be played with. Let me show you, man. This cat right here. Oh, God. Just look at him, man. Do you want to come home to that? Look how scared she looks, man. She was a good actress. I don't even know what her name is, but damn. That was the scariest dude ever. And he was a black dude. And he had like 65 teeth. And he had a spear. And he had some type of Jerry curl type of thing cracking. It was scary, man. Haunted me forever. You know how I lived through that, man. So that right there tops off Mike Robinson's top 5 scariest horror films of all time. I had to give it to you. Had to give it to you people. Man, I want to say, man, I really have fun doing this show, man, and sharing my thoughts with people and stuff, man. And I keep trying to push the envelope, man, and come up with new things, man. And I've got some dope-ass shows coming up for you people. Dropping some knowledge, dropping some game, dropping some history, dropping some flavor, dropping some styles, expertise, authors, chefs, everything, man. I am looking forward to the next 15, 20, 30 shows because, man, we're keeping it cracking. That's what we're doing on Mike Robinson Boulevard. Party people. Last thing I want to talk about today, man, is this damn Chauvin. I think, is that the dude's name? Chauvin, police officer who basically had his knee on George Floyd's neck. The trial is going on right now, and I want my people to actually pay attention because, man, when you listen to the stuff that they're doing, it's talking about on trial and uses of force and when is it appropriate, when is it not appropriate, when should they be using some other types of techniques and everything. Man, they really are teaching a lot. So I've been getting a lot of information from that, and I wanted to pass that on so you can just look at, you know, what basically how they judge themselves. You know what I mean? It's just really crazy, man. We're going to talk about that, though, man, in future episodes as the trial goes on. I'm going to bring on one of my attorney friends, and we're going to dig deep into that, man. But anyway, today, my name is Mike Boogie Supreme Microphone Fiend. I do have a brewski right here. Really enjoying myself. I really want you guys to reach for the stars, man. Sky's the limit. You can really do and be anything, man. It's your decision. And if you ain't doing it, that's your decision too. Ooh, that was cold right there, huh? That was deep. If you're living a dream, it's your decision. But if you're not, that is your decision too. It's a cold game. It's a cold world, but it's true. Want to give a shout out to the homie Temper First who passed away, man. We had a memorial a couple days ago, man. That shit was hella dope. We made good music back in the day, man. A lot of people passing away, man. Make sure you go see your peoples, man. Make sure you go see your moms. If your mom's is alive, man, go see her, man. You only get one. And when she passes away, you're going to wish you had one more day. Facts. And your father, too. And your homies. I just lost a homie named Dorian Shows, man. 2 days ago, man. This dude, Dorian Shows, was a cool brother, man. A little older than me, man, but, you know, gave me some words of wisdom. Known around. He did a lot of great things, man, and the reason I bring this up is because I've been talking to him for a year or two about, like, oh, you know what, man, let's meet up, man. Let's get some lunch, man. When I come through your area, I'm going to pull up all this stuff, man. And I never got around to doing it, and a homie passed away. So if you got some friends out there you want to see, you got some family, man, you got some things you want to wrap up or close up, man, just get it done, man, and keep living a free life. But, man, damn, tomorrow, it's not promised, my people. Anyway, we're going to leave on a note, on a better note than that. But it's real talk, man. I'm going to play a beat as we get out of here, as I always like to do. Now, this beat, man, I chopped it up, you know what I mean? Because I'm a beat maker. Everybody knows that. Culture G Productions, you know what I'm saying? King Mike Boogie Supreme, Microphone Fiend, and all that good stuff, man. We're going to get out of here. Yeah. Love you guys, man.